Steph Curry, since he got into this league, when you see these emotions from this great player, what goes through your head?
You get emotional also, realizing how much he put into this ball game, how much he put into being an all-time great. Facing adversity, facing constant injuries, things not going the way he wanted them to go.
Together, so he's just proud of me.
Congratulations to you, Steph. You're a champion again.
Thank you. Come here, girl.
On the last episode of Living with Ayesha.
Understanding. Something that really bothers me and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, yeah, like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What?
You're not even looking. But I'm gonna tell you something else too. When your radar's turned off, because I dealt with that for years too, like, and I was young, like you.
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh my
not
God,
fair.
I mean.
Because I don't want it, but it'd be nice to know that like someone's looking.
But
that
when your radar's turned off, right, that can get real dangerous. Don't ever think for 1 minute that it ain't some men out there looking at you like I wish.
Honestly.
And I'm gonna tell you who knows that more than anybody. Your husband.
Marcel?
Ayesha Curry is a perfect example of why it is so important to have a hoe phase.
What?
Go be a hoe. Be a hoe. But be a safe hoe, though. Like, protect yourself and don't get pregnant. That's why she's sitting over there feeling trapped. Trapped with Steph Curry. Sometimes you gotta go through some stuff to really appreciate what you have. She probably ain't never been hoed. She probably ain't never been drugged through the mud by a dude. She probably never been. She probably never had her heart broken time and time and time again. That's why she can't really appreciate what she has, because it's like, I need something edgy. I need something fun. Like this mom stuff, this being married to Steph Curry, this shit is boring. And now she's really rebelling. She want to be in the streets. She want to be desired by other men. She probably want to do something with another man.
With all due respect, what the fuck are you talking about?
I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life.
Did you talk to Steph about it?
He tries to resonate with me, but he just can't. And he also comes from a place of like, it's effing stupid. Like, it's not true. So why? And I'm like, but wait, like, listen to how it makes me feel. And he's like, but why does it make you feel like that? It's not real. After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughters so quickly. I didn't even have time to think about. I didn't think about what I wanted anymore. It's so interesting. I spent my entire life like trying to work towards something, and then it kind of just disappeared, and I didn't think twice about it. But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself. Like,
Worked your entire life towards something. I'm confused. Didn't they meet when they were in high school? Didn't they meet when they were in high school? Your entire life, even if they had met when they were in like first year of college, like what? Your entire life, you haven't done shit at that point. You haven't done anything to make any real strides towards a career path by that point. You haven't put in any work as far as going towards making a career woman out of yourself by that point at 18, 19 years old. What are we talking about here? I'll let her continue.
This doesn't feel right. I love being a mom, but I love doing other things too. And I need to get my shit together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
If I have a career and I'm not home, like did you experience that?
I still experience that. I still experience that. I'm always in therapy talking about this. If you lose all of those things that were interesting about you, even for yourself, like even the things that made me feel confident and cool, then what are you doing? Think about what I want.
Oh gosh. All right.
And the reason why y'all are mad about what Ayesha Curry said in her interview is because you're a fan of Steph Curry. She's his wife. Now, mind you, I wouldn't have went and said all that because my marriage and my relationship is just not something for y'all to be talking about. So I'm not going to give you something for you to talk about. But at the end of the day, this woman lives with this man day in and day out. If she is telling her truth and saying, hey, I didn't want to be married, this is something that just happened to come because I found this man. I loved him. I didn't want to have kids before I met him. I wanted to be a woman that was career driven, this. If she's saying that is her truth. I didn't want to get married. I didn't want kids. And then I met my man. And now I'm married with 2 kids. A lot of y'all are upset because she wasn't treating Steph Curry the way you would have treated him as a fan. You idolize him. And that's okay.
This is such an interesting perspective to take because I do believe that there's some truth to what she says as far as people idolizing Steph, but let's put this in perspective totally and completely. Okay. It's funny that this is just being looked at as a woman telling her truth, but nobody really has or talks about the quiet conversations that men have to themselves or even among themselves, right? Nobody thinks about how men sacrifice themselves for their families every single day, how they go out, they do the dangerous jobs. They go out, they work the long hours, right? Nobody talks about how men sacrifice every single day for their woman and their family and the kids so that they can be in a better position, right? When men start telling their truth, all of a sudden we're babies. All of a sudden we're whining like women. All of a sudden nobody wants to hear what we have to say because it's what we're supposed to do, right? And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying that men aren't supposed to do those things and sacrifice, but I'm saying that we do it and we do it without whining and complaining about it. Men every single day go out, they get it done, they take care of their families, they take care of their kids, they try to do their best to make sure that their families are in a position to succeed and thrive and not just survive. And men do it, and they don't do it without whining. They do it without complaining. They do it without going on podcasts and telling the entire world about how ungrateful they are that they didn't get a chance to pop 35 women because they got married earlier. Because let's not forget that Ayesha Curry is the same person who was on a talk show sitting across from Jada Pinkett, who was another problem, who was a walking definition of the woman you shouldn't marry. But let's not forget that she was sitting there on that podcast telling the world about how she felt some sort of way that she wasn't being fawned over by men everywhere and that she didn't have any men in her DMs trying to clap her cheeks. That shit is embarrassing. So if telling your truth also entails you putting your spouse, your husband in a bad light and making them look terrible and making them look and bringing any type of disparaging comments or remarks their way when they haven't done anything of the sort to you and all they've done is lift you up and put you on a pedestal. If telling your truth comes to the detriment or at the detriment of your spouse, then when do we say, all right, you probably shouldn't do that? But no, because she's a woman and because she has feelings, we're supposed to look past that shit. It's supposed to be acceptable. It's supposed to be okay because she's a woman. It's crazy because women hate double standards, but they use them to their benefit all the time. It's remarkable even. Yes, we are all fans of Stephen Curry, especially basketball enthusiasts. Yes, we are fans. We should all be fans of Stephen Curry, just like we're all fans of Tiger Woods, just like we're all fans of Serena Williams, just like we're all fans of Mike Tyson, just like we're all fans of all of the black greats that have come up through any sports profession around the world. This isn't something that's new. You're not dropping knowledge on anybody. Yes, we're all fans. We should all be fans of Stephen Curry, but even more than that, we've heard that he's just a great person. The organization around him speaks highly. They sing nothing but his praises about how much of just a good person he is. Beyond basketball, people dote on him and they just talk about how much of a good person he is. You've never heard Steph's teammates or anyone that has ever played with him or been around him. You've never heard them complain about his character, his personality, the way he is, the way he speaks to them. You've never heard them say that he once disrespected them or said something out of the way, or he says, you've never heard any disparaging remarks about Steph Curry, which also lends to the claim that he's just a good dude. Like he's just a good person. He's just a good human being, right? So we should all be fans of Steph Curry. Aside from the fact that we watched this young dude struggle when he was coming up in the NBA, and he had bad ankles, and people said that he was undersized. He was an undersized guard, and he would never amount to anything in the NBA because he was just undersized. He had bad ankles, and he just couldn't get it. He just couldn't get it together. Aside from the fact that he endured, persevered, and surpassed everybody's expectations to become the greatest shooter in the game that the game has ever seen and will ever see, that he has accomplished things in the game and in the sports and in his field that people rarely ever do, that nobody will ever do for as long as I am alive. For the rest of my life, we'll never see another Stephen Curry. So yes, I am a fan. We should all be fans of him just because of the fact that, yes, he's a good person. He's a good dude. You've never heard anything bad, just like you've never heard anything bad about LeBron James as far as his family and Savannah goes and his wife and everything like that. Outside, off the court, LeBron is the stand-up dude from what we know. Don't ask Drake. If we don't ask Drake, everything that we've seen about LeBron so far throughout his illustrious 20-plus year career has been nothing but positives, has been nothing but great accolades, building schools, helping black kids, helping black youth, putting his money where his mouth is. We've heard nothing but great things about LeBron off the court. This is off the court. I'm not talking about on the court. And the same thing can be said for Steph Curry. A guy who's never been a ball hog. He's never been one for media attention. He doesn't even want it. He's never been one for, he's a God-fearing man. He's never been one to be in the media or the press for sleeping with chicks and being everywhere and just slinging dick around it. He's always been a family-oriented dude, and everything that about his brand it goes back to his character. You can see it. He lives it. He lives it. He's not faking. That's who he is. Just a good dude. So yes, we're fans of Steph Curry. We should all be fans of Steph Curry. But the ironic and interesting thing is, it's funny that, we make this claim of, oh, you can't see it because you're fans of Steph Curry. Like y'all couldn't see past Rihanna and the Chris Brown situation because y'all were fans of Rihanna. You remember that situation? Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. The sword is double-edged? Y'all couldn't see past the... Remember when Rihanna and Chris Brown got into it? Got into a physical altercation where they were both reportedly being abusive to one another. Now, this wasn't one-sided. It wasn't a one-sided ordeal. They were both toxic. It was a toxic relationship. They were both being physically abusive towards one another. And what happened? We watched one person's career skyrocket, where she went on to get music deals, brand deals. Her brand blew up bigger than ever. She became not only just a music icon, but she became a fashion icon as well. She don't even have to put out another album for the rest of her days. That's how much money Rihanna, billionaire Rihanna, billionaire Riri. For as long as she lives, she'll never have to step inside of a booth ever again to hum a note if she don't want to. That's how much money she got. That's how much her career took off after that. And what happened on the other side, though? Chris Brown was shadow banned. His career hit a wall. Nobody wanted to put him on. Nobody wanted to bring him on. Nobody wanted to hire him to perform. He lost brand deals. You still haven't seen any brand deals with Chris Brown to this day. And that happened 20 years ago. I'm over exaggerating. I don't remember exactly when it was, but I know that it was well over a decade ago. You can slide any male into that spot. You can slide any male into that slot and have the female as this person that's being idolized. Slide any male into that spot and watch what happens. We saw the same thing with what's his name? Darius, was that his name? And Keke Palmer? I forget his name. Start with a D. We saw the same thing with Keke Palmer in that situation. She was the star. She's the icon. She's making the money. She's well known. And what happened? Y'all chose her side. Y'all fanned out. It's crazy how we have our own biases, but we don't see them when they're right in front of us. So I don't want to hear nothing about, y'all are fans of Steph Curry. Yeah, we should all be fans of Steph because he's shown nothing but exemplary excellence. That's all he's shown. Anyway, I just thought that this was crazy because this isn't the first time that Ayesha has come out and said something or has looked away, I should say. And yes, this was taken out of context because, yes, I saw nearly the full interview with her. And she said some other things in there that show that she really does love Steph. It's not even my place to question whether she loves him or not. That's not my wife. It's his wife. And so if he cool with it, hey, I'm cool with it. If he cool with it, I'm cool with it. So yes, this was taken out of context. Yes, they clipped it up. Yes, the clips that made you kind of side eye went viral. But she did say some other things. She talked about how they first met, the first date, and everything like that, and how it went. There are some other things in there that I'll just say these clips made her look really, really bad. It made this interview or this whatever this was, this podcast session, it made it come off a lot worse than it actually was. However, I find it very, very interesting that when men come to the defense of another man, all of a sudden we fanboys and we fanning out for them. But when women flock to the defense of other women, it's y'all holding men accountable. It's y'all having their backs then. These are how narratives are formed. And this is why social media is dangerous. Anyway, y'all drop a comment down below. I'll let y'all later.